Hello there, my name is Joseph P. Buchanan. I am President of the Black Political Action Committee. We are here to welcome you in the community of Rhode Island, a place for real black community to be empowered regardless of the background or socioeconomic status. Remember, this is the Black PAC, who is trying to enhance the lives of black people everywhere.
Saying why not? Don't say that the president didn't let you do anything. You can do anything the fuck you want. That's the problem with people. They always want to blame me instead of doing their job. You got to do your due diligence.
That's beautiful, Joe. I think it's time for us to start this interview.
Now, you want me to interview it?
I mean...
No, you can't.
Remember, you're part of this.
Hey, she couldn't take the heat, man. I'll let you interview her.
I believe in her. She's got a lot of strength.
She will fail.
She will not.
If you interview her, she won't. If I do, she will.
He's a mean person.
Yes, he is.
Guys, we're cutting him out of the Black PAC.
Can't be met with that. That's my shit. That's the good part.
We have a new president for
Hey,
that.
there ain't no rules. You can't do nothing to me. Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Not a damn thing.
Uh-huh.
Plus, I'm CEO.
All right. We're going to start. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Black PAC Introductory series. We've been going around interviewing different members of the Black PAC and people who have been involved in different social movements related to the advancement of black people all over the place. Today, I'm sitting here with the wonderful Roline Burgison. I'm really excited to get the opportunity to talk with her. We've spent a little bit of time together, but it hasn't been that deep. And so this is really exciting for me because I get to ask you some questions that might open up some new connection between us.
Sounds good.
To start off with, I would love to ask you to tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you were born and raised.
I was born here in Providence, Rhode Island. I was the oldest out of 6 kids. I had 2 sisters that passed away when we was kids. Then we lived on West End, South Side, then West End.
That's cool.
So, you know, and then I got married and had my children, and we lived on the South Side, West End, South Side, and now in Cranston. You know, so.
What was your childhood like? What did you do for fun? How did you enjoy yourself?
We actually, you know, we played hopscotch. We played chase the boys or the girls. The boys chased the girls. We did Red Rover. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, red light.
I did all that.
All of that. You
That's
know,
so
we were kids. We didn't stay in the house. We were outside. You know, so I had a nice upbringing. You know, even after the deaths of my 2 sisters, I still had a nice upbringing.
Wow, I didn't know that you had that. What was that like?
It was hard. It was truly hard. My mom and my dad both had nervous breakdowns, became alcoholics. At the age of 9, I became an adult as far as making sure my family was taken care of. And then at the age of 10, my sister died of SIDS, which is sudden infant syndrome. And at 9, my sister died of leukemia. So, you know, being the oldest, I was the one that mainly did a lot of praying and asking God to take care of us. And it was hard, but I still had a childhood.
Do you feel like having to take on so much responsibility at 9 messed with your ability to just like grow up and be yourself?
Somewhat. I always had that, even before, you know, that happened. I was always the big sister, so I was always watching out for my little sisters, you know. That was just something that was always given to me. You know, make sure mom and dad was taken care of. That was something that was always in me. So, a little, you know, when I wanted to go out with my friends and I couldn't because I had to stay home. But other than that, no. I don't feel like anything was really neglected.
That's good. You feel, I can feel like you still have really good memories of that time.
I do. And I think about it a lot, you know. Both of my parents are deceased now, you know, and growing up, I miss my grandparents and, you know, my aunts and uncles. I miss the way it was. But now I have new memories with my grandkids and, you know, with my children, so
That's cool.
good.
Do you what do you do for work now?
Actually, I'm not working now.
Okay.
I had 2 back surgeries, so
Oh, wow.
I'm on disability.
That's crazy.
But I do need to do something. I'm tired of staying home.
No, I hear that.
So I'm trying to find somewhere where I can volunteer to. I used to do, I drove a cab, but that's not what I want to do. I could see me doing receptionist work.
Okay.
So I used to do that for the medical examiner's office. So I did that for a little while.
That's cool.
So
Yeah, I mean, I hope you find something.
thank you.
Yeah. Do you so I'm really curious what I guess brought you into being interested in this. Like, the Black PAC is really focused on political advancement, trying to give people opportunities to connect with like the points of power and things like that.
As a black woman, what's your issues?
And I'm wondering why or how you really started thinking about this stuff in general. Did you, prior to getting involved with this group, were you working mainly with like other groups in the area? What sort of drove you to say, I don't want to just work, I want to try and make sure that my voice is involved in shaping the environment around me?
Well, a few years ago when the house crisis happened, my house went in foreclosure. I was a tenant, and the landlord came and got his rent. That same day, the mailman brought me a letter stating that my house was up in foreclosure. And I didn't know I had rights. But these people from there came and they told me I didn't have to move and anything, so I got involved with them. And I saw that it wasn't just me, but how the government don't listen to the people. How these corporate people, banks, didn't listen to nobody. They just wanted their money, and they didn't care what happened to you. And I got angry. I was tired. I done moved so many times because I would find a place and thinking, okay, I'm paying my rent, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden I find out the house is up in foreclosure. That wasn't the first time that happened to me, probably about the 5th time. I got tired. And I didn't realize I had a voice until they told me, you got a voice, you know, I'll speak, and that's what I want to do.
How did that switch, like, in you knowing what you could do, how did that make you feel?
Oh, it made me feel great.
Yeah.
It did. It let me know that, yeah, I am somebody, you know, I'm sticking up for the little people, as we call ourselves. But we're not little, you know, we're with all of us together, we have a big voice. We just have to let people know, this is me. I'm not taking this mess no more. The same way I fought for my kids when they were in school, it's the same way I fought for housing.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So you say that you've been sort of doing dealing with your back problems and sort of helping yourself heal, and now you're thinking about getting back out. I'm really curious, what are, I guess, the forefront of the things on your mind that you would maybe want to have your hands in? Housing.
Definitely housing.
Have you thought at all about the American Rescue Plan?
No.
You know what that is?
No.
So, Rhode Island's getting a ton of money. They're getting, basically because of this whole coronavirus thing, we're getting a bunch of money, and there's a lot of opportunity to serve up plans and potentials to get that money into like good opportunities. So right now, but it's some of it's getting wasted. Like, in my opinion, like Woonsocket is using $500,000 to fix 200 fire hydrants.
2,000.
No, it was 200.
2,000.
It was 2,000. Right.
For fire hydrant?
For fire hydrant, when they could be building low-income housing, right?
Yes.
But the thing is, there aren't really people asking for that stuff, or looking, or build, or trying to put together like, basically, the governor sits there. He has access to all this money. They give that money to different proposals, different plans to accomplish whatever. There aren't any people hounding him about low-income housing. So as long as that isn't happening, the likelihood of any of that money, and it's billions of dollars, getting used for low-income housing is zero, in my opinion.
That's sad.
It's really sad.
That's sad.
Because it's unprecedented. Right now, it's unrestricted money, incredible amounts of it, and it's unprecedented. It's unlikely that that'll ever happen with this governor, who's really connected to us, and who is very willing to listen. Right? I'm just saying, it's a big opportunity if we could just bring the right things together, push towards it. But what would you advocate for? If you care about housing, why do you care about it? What do you care about, and what do you want to see?
I don't want to see no one homeless. That's a problem that we have and we should not have. Rhode Island's the smallest state in the union. There are so many abandoned properties, so many abandoned buildings that can be fixed into housing, but somebody's always worrying about, I'm not getting my share of money, so I'm not happy. You know, where no one in Rhode Island should be homeless. Mm-hmm. We have more than enough housing for them. No one in Rhode Island should go hungry. There's no need of these things. These are things that we need each and every day.
Absolutely.
And for us to be the smallest state in the union, and yet we outdo a lot of the big cities, you know, where the homeless. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm seeing people under the freeway in tents. There's no need for that. There's no need for people being homeless. We got families being homeless.
Lots of them. There's 64 homeless children in Kentucky.
It's ridiculous. There's no need of this. And for those who own these properties and they're just getting more hungrier for more money, it's ridiculous. See, because karma's coming. It's coming. It might not happen to you, but it's going to happen to someone in your family. So the way you treat someone is the same way you're going to be treated. And for these landlords who are putting people out because their unemployment failed, you know, was done, and they still haven't found a job, you know, you put families out and they don't care. It's sad. I get upset. I don't like it, you know. I have been homeless. Not with my children, but I have been homeless on my own. And it's not a nice place to be. You find out that there's a lot of people out there who's homeless who have mental illness. You know, there's a reason why they're homeless. There's a cause. So you have to get to the cause of the fact why they are homeless. Mental illness, not taking their medication, not realizing, okay, they got to pay this bill, they got to pay that bill. But yet you'll put somebody in charge of them if they get SSI, they get a pay. The pay should be paying for their apartment. They need to have someone investigate. There's so much that needs to be done so we can cure and stop homelessness. Because it's not just one thing, it's a lot of things.
And the thing that I always question is that it feels like those solutions are so obvious.
Yeah.
But the folks that do social work and social services seem to put all of our attention into sideways things, into learning things that really have nothing to do with this person needs this,
right.
And that's the fact.
Right. I went to school to Rick for case management. And the one thing they showed us while I was going there was that there's a core. There's a reason for everything. So if I'm working with a family, but yet the child I'm working with, I work with him, then I spread out through the family, and we fix everyone, try to fix everyone in that family. The same thing with the simple. It's simple. There's nothing really hard about helping people who are homeless. There's nothing, but the government keeps putting these stipulations. Well, you can't do this and you can't do that. Why? You keep giving this money up, but you're not giving it to the right organizations. You're not helping the people. You're helping people that's, like you said, fixing fire hydrants when there's a shortage of homeless people, homeless families in Woonsocket. But yet you want to fix fire hydrants. You know, I just feel like that's wrong.
It doesn't make sense.
It don't.
But we do have people that can help with that. Like Rochelle is really into housing and everything. You know?
Yeah.
And setting up a conversation with her about that is totally something we can do.
Yes. Well, I really definitely got to stop working with Rochelle.
Yeah. I'll give you her phone number.
Yeah. Oh, I have Rochelle's phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Tell her we gave you this idea.
Definitely will.
So I want to hear more about your history. You said that you got involved because DARE helped you out a long time ago with a housing problem that you were having, right? What have you rallied for or protested or negotiated that you were really proud of yourself? What do you feel like are some of your achievements?
Some of my achievements were I got arrested.
Yeah.
I've never been arrested before in my life. I got arrested.
I don't think that's an achievement.
It is for me. It is
okay.
Because it was for a good cause.
Okay.
We got arrested up in Washington, out at Fannie Mae's headquarters.
Okay.
We blocked the street. And I remember us being there, and the police officers up there were sweethearts. They really was. President Obama's daughter was going to the school across the street where we had the street blocker, and all the kids were outside at lunchtime, and they're watching us, and there was 5 of us, and they called us the what was that name they gave us? Fabulous 5. We was the Fabulous 5. All of us were, up in age, except we had 2 young people, and we went to jail to say all 5 of us to say we're not having this. It needs to stop. Somebody needs to hear what we're saying. People's houses are being taken away from them. Families are being put out on the streets. You have elderly people whose houses were underwater that no matter how much they pay, they were never going to get their home back. And why?
How were they taking these people's houses?
Well, they were given these mortgage, and it was supposed to be low mortgages, but then as the years go up, that they increased it to the point where people couldn't afford it. And then the banking crisis with the housing happened, where people just couldn't afford it. And once the houses went underwater, you're not getting your house back. You do better just to let it go and try to get another one. But it got to the point where it was happening to too many people, and they were always minorities. They were always elderly and minorities. We were the ones. And but my house though, my landlord, he knew. He had a couple other houses. He let them go because he wanted to buy a house somewhere else. But he knew
that it was coming.
Yeah, he knew. They know. When they take a mortgage out, they know I'm not paying for that because I'm going to move out of state, and I'm selling the other ones. So with mine was a little different. I also, Fannie Mae sent me a letter stating that that I really wasn't a tenant in that house, and that I was what do they call it? Someone that just came and occupied the place.
Squatter.
Oh, squatter. But yet you sent me a letter with my name. So how would you know I was there if I was a squatter? I got to give it to legal service. They helped me. They actually did their job. They did beyond what they were supposed to do. And I got paid to move. I got paid $10,000 to move.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I heard legal services isn't a thing anymore.
They're still downtown.
Are they still as good?
I don't know if the same lawyers are there. I know one of them's not.
Staff cut in half.
Huh?
Staff cut in half.
Oh, so the staff was cut in half. So I don't know if Mike Zablin is still there because he's awesome.
You hear that, Mike? Shouting you out. Hey, pick up Mike's phone number if you're trying to get an attorney.
And I do know which card had already left, and he's up in New York. What's his name?
Steve Fishback.
Steve Fishback. Awesome. Him and Mike Stabler. Yeah, they're awesome.
Cool.
So,
what were the names of the other five?
the Fabulous Five. I can't remember their names, but they know who they are.
What did you get to when you were in jail? Were you all together?
Yes, we were.
What was that like?
Oh, that's
a vibe.
That was fun. Actually, it was really nice. We prayed for one of the young girls, and then they gave me the nickname Scratch.
Really?
Because the table that was sitting there had some scratch on it, and I picked it all with my nails. So by the time we left out of there, that whole table was clean. My nails were messed up, but the table was clean.
You need to use the bathroom? Upstairs. Straight up, and then on the left.
We had a beautiful... I mean, it's sad to say you had a nice time when you were in jail, but I really did. I got to know them, and there's a couple of them I still be in touch with. One
How long were you guys together in jail?
We was in there for about 4 hours, between 2 to 4 hours.
Okay, that's not bad.
No.
Okay.
No, and
but that's a great bonding time.
yes, one of the young ladies, she sings and she raps, and I happened to see her video, and she hit me up, and she's doing good, and I want to stay in touch with them, but some of them I haven't been able to get it back in touch with, but it was nice, to know that you're not alone. When we got arrested, the police officers, they were sweet, like I said, they were really nice. They even said, the majority of them said if it wasn't for the job that they have, they probably would be out there protesting because they would have lost their home.
Wow.
It's just because of your paycheck. You're living paycheck to paycheck. The majority of people who was losing their homes.
Right.
So,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Would you say that's one of your proudest moments?
Yes.
That's
That
cool.
is. That is.
It's cool to have.
It.
Everyone has their own hero story.
I love that one. I truly do. I love the fact that I've been to the State House a few times and I had to speak on behalf of what's like being having your house foreclosed. But going to jail, knowing that I did this because I wanted to and because it's right, that's my proudest moment.
What was the result?
From that point there, I believe 2 of them got their house back, but I'm not sure about the other one, because there was 5 of us. We had two got their house back. The third one just left it, and the other one I never did find out. So that's okay.
Saturday.
Yes.
We're doing this for you guys. I'm gonna switch it up, and I want you to ask me a question.
Okay.
Anything you want.
Okay. How did you get involved with this whole process as far as doing the interviews? And I know you told me how you met Mr. Buchanan. But
I am someone who is really intent on building a social space that can make people stronger, economically, politically, mentally, spiritually, all of it. Because I see ourselves as people that can make fertile land for people to grow, right? And I met Joe while I was very much in the process of looking for mentorship, as well as at this point, I've already tried, I've done 2 different types of businesses, and I've tried a lot of different, been in a lot of avenues. And I know that even though a lot of people are afraid to take risks and do something new, that really getting yourself to the point where you are in control of what it is that you can do and grow gives you the ability to offer things to people that you can't offer when you're working for someone. So that all has led me this way, because I'm looking to build territory that we own, that lets us really do what we need to do and what is our sovereign right.
Well, you answered my second question, because I was going to ask you, well, what do you see yourself doing, like, in the future? Like, where do you see yourself, like, after this? Where do you see yourself going?
So the next couple of months for me, I think are really focused on learning, because I'm someone that has learned a lot about sort of like business and deals and things like that, but I haven't really been inside the political landscape, right? So I'm learning about these proposals and the ways that you can ask politicians to give you something in order to grow what it is you're doing, because I see that as a part of the overall like necessary skills. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, the thing that I always want to do is create entities that are able to build that fertile land for people to kind of relieve those tensions that keep them, down and not seeing what it is that is their potential. That's the only real thing I ever want to do. So everything about my life is just trying to get to the point where I can do that and do it well.
Good. I like that.
Hey, Roline, I have a question for you.
Whoa, Mr. Joe Buchanan is entering the interview seat. Things are getting crazy, folks.
As a black woman,
Yes.
grandmother,
Yes.
what would you like to see the Black Political Action Committee do as far as black women and children in our organization?
I would love to see more black women get involved with the Black PAC. That's
Why?
what I would do.
Why?
Because we need someone to stand up for us. And being a Black PAC means for the black people. I know for our brown brothers and sisters, they have all these other organizations. We don't. There's nowhere for us to go that's actually for black people.
Now, on the question of low-income housing, I heard that you said that there was no need for us not to have housing.
No, I did not say there was no need.
Excuse me, I didn't finish. I
Get it straight.
Listen, here we go. This is the debate that we always have, ladies and gentlemen. Roline Burgison likes to talk, and I like to finish giving her my statement. You said that there should be no need for this state for people to be without housing, and especially low-income housing.
Yes.
What do you propose that we do about low-income housing, and to make some of these organizations that deal in housing see the need for low-income housing, and also our state representatives, our city councilmen, our senators, and our governors and our mayors, and this whole city and state turn around and ask for low-income housing? How do we do this?
Well, first of all, I believe that the organizations that are getting money for low-income houses shouldn't be getting it. They shouldn't get it because they're not helping people with low income. Because I went to a place, I filled out an application for low income is not what they really meant. They have a criteria of what they consider low income. And I don't believe they should get funded because they're not helping people who really need housing.
You mean tell me that affordable housing isn't helping low-income people?
No, they're not. Affordable for who?
That's why they use that word to hoodwink us.
Affordable for who? I'm going to tell you, I went and put an application in, and I waited 2 years And I heard from them. I never missed an appointment. And then when I went for my appointment, they told me, oh, you don't make enough, but it's supposed to be affordable. Affordable for who? Because it sure enough wasn't affordable for me.
So how are you going to get the word out to our black mothers and sisters in the community period about low-income housing and what it means to our community as opposed to affordable housing?
First of all, we need to let them know that there is a place. Because other than that, they don't know there is a place. We have the Black PAC now, where they can actually say, okay, I want to go to a meeting for the Black PAC. I want to hear what's going on there. How are we going to get them together? We're doing it. Mm-hmm. They're going to see this. I can make phone calls if I have to. I can write letters if I have to.
Ladies, this is Roline Burgison, the Secretary of the Black PAC. You heard her talking.
And I am willing.
We need a building. We need
we do. We need a building. We need a
meeting
place.
space. If we have a meeting space, we're good.
You hear that, Governor? The people are asking for a meeting space.
We just need a place.
You have $1.2 billion. Why don't you help the poor community? That would be a great thing for you to do if you plan on getting reelected. Any political candidate out there that is trying to run for office and they're not trying to help the low-income people, they're not trying to help the homeless people, they're not trying to help the community people, don't come to us, please. That's not a threat, it's a promise. I mean, I don't know how to say it in any nicer way. I mean, we have Miss Burgison, she's a nice woman. We have Debbie Ray, we have Rochelle Lee, and then you have the Beast. So, if you don't want us coming to your front door, please get in touch with us. If not, we'll see you by any means necessary. I'm Joe Buchanan, I'm out. I go back to Garrison to finish up with Roline Burgison. Thank you.
I'm going to cut that and then put it out specifically.
You had to ask what your views was as a woman.
Yeah, I'm a mom. I'm a mama bear.
Yeah.
I'm a grandmother.
Uh-huh.
So you coming after my children in any kind of way, and it's not to help protect them, I'm coming after you. Mm-hmm. I have done it. I actually have went off on people. Mm-hmm. You don't touch my children. You don't say the wrong things to my children. Mm-hmm. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
That's good.
But we're mamas, all mothers should feel the same way.
Uh-huh.
We want the best for our children. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of my kids. I am so proud of all my children. Mm-hmm. And I'm proud of my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. So I just want the best for them. And this is a way for me to stand. They see that I'm fighting for a cause. They like it. Mm-hmm. They might not say anything right then and there, but they're like, I'm glad you did that. Ma, I can't believe you got arrested. And they're smiling though, but my mom got arrested. I went to church and I told them, I gave a testimony how I got arrested, and everybody's looking at me like I was crazy. But then when I told them the reason why, they all applauded because they knew there is a need. There's a need for housing. They know. So it's just us getting the word out and letting people know there is a organization for us. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we don't have one. Mm-hmm. This will be the first one that I actually know that works. Black Lives Matter, I don't have much to say about them. Mm-hmm. And that's not me. Okay? When you say Black Lives Matter, I get upset because I know for a fact blacks are killing blacks. Mm-hmm. That's messed up, and it bothers me. Mm-hmm. So I stay out of that. Mm-hmm. So,
and we just don't have public property.
We don't.
It doesn't make sense.
And one thing I realized here in Rhode Island, especially here in Rhode Island, we are at the bottom of the totem. We are at the bottom. You got people coming from different countries that get money. As soon as they get here, they get money. Mm-hmm. They get, I want to open up a business. Mm-hmm. They give it to them. Mm-hmm. Me, I want to buy a house. Oh, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Your credit ain't good. They ain't got no credit. But yet you give it to them. We are at the bottom when we should not be. And it's like, yeah, you're afraid of us. That's the way I put it. They are afraid. They are afraid of us because why? Because we can show you some things.
There's so much potential in us.
There's so much. They don't even realize who. It was a black woman who designed the light, the light,
the red light. Yeah.
Yes.
Stoplights.
They don't know that because it's not being taught to them. The first open heart surgery was by a black man, but nobody knew that until they came out with the movie. There is so much black history that we don't know, and we can't. They just try to stop us from the beginning.
We can't. We aren't even being fostered to have these conversations with each other.
No, we're not.
We're just. It's everything is just about the lowest.
Yes.
It's about being animals.
Yes.
It's nothing beyond that. No thought.
The word nigga, they call it nigger, but it was actually nigra, and that's an African name, and it means for kings and queens. But they turned it around and put it nigger. You know, and
derogatory.
And they just, you know, I'm like, I have to do research. I want to know why. And I'm like, why are we the bottom of the totem when we've been through so much as far as we can't, it seems like we can't get ahead, but we are. Because we're letting our children know. And we're telling our children, and our children's telling their children. We have to start somewhere.
And we're learning about what's possible.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing.
And it is.
All of the fear that people have is because they don't see what's possible.
Right.
Us having these conversations is literally us teaching each other that this is possible.
And stop worrying about what the Joneses have. People, please
Hear
stop
that.
worrying about
Hear that.
what somebody else have. You can have it. You can have more.
And that's what I'm going.
You don't have to worry about, well, they think they're better than me because they have this and they have that. No. We all can have everything that we want if we just stop worrying about what somebody else have and be happy for them. God will bless you just as much as he blessed them. Put your time in. So,
What are you the most, from this interview, what do you feel the most excited about, the possibility of?
I'm getting in touch with Rochelle.
Do you have any messages you would like to say to young people or to black women or to anybody you really want to?
Yes, my sisters and my young brothers and sisters and my children. We have to stick together. We honestly do. We're not going to make it without you. We can only do so much. And you know, just like in your family, if you help someone that's in your family down and you help pick them up, guess what? They get stronger. And they're able to help somebody else. And that's what we are to do, help one another. When I see my brother down, I don't want to talk about my brother. I want to help my brother up. And I want him to know this. There's a way to get help. I am so passionate about helping people with housing, mental health. I just want to help you because we need to help each other. And my young people, you are our future. If you keep on killing off each other, there is no future. What are you going to tell the next one? You can't because you're not there. All that hatred that you have and all this over some girl, please. There's girls that outnumber the guys, so there's always a girl out there. Stop it. And women fighting over men, please, grow up. That's all I got to say. Just grow up. I'm tired of seeing these grown women fighting over some guy who's done been with 5 other girls beside you. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. That's all I got to say.
This is my last question.
Okay.
what do you want to be your legacy?
My legacy? When I leave here and God calls me home, I want them to remember she did her job. She reached as many people as she can with the word of God and helping folks find home. I want somebody to say, I remember her because I couldn't find a home and she helped me. That's what I want.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Shut. I'm sorry, people. That was Mr. Joe Buchanan talking in the background.
It's okay. We love him.
Yes, we do.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to check this out. This has been a part of the Black PAC Introductory series. You can be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Be sure to keep yourselves involved because we're doing something different. This is a local scene of people working together to uncover something for themselves and with each other. That doesn't happen usually, so you should make sure you pay attention because we're going to do things that you might not even have thought were possible. Have a great time and see you later.
Bye.